guests. The first time I babysat was one cold winter night when my sister was 2, and I was about 9 years old. My mom just had to run down to the store at the end of the street, so it probably was 10 minutes. We were bouncing on the beds, because of course that's something we are not supposed to do. So we're in there, we're bouncing off the beds, and I hit my head. So I go crying into the bathroom, and before I even turned on the light, I looked up, and in the window is this huge man. These huge shoulders and head, it filled the entire bathroom window. I go screaming out of there, out the front door, across the street, and right into my neighbor's house. And I'm screaming, and I'm crying, and I'm sobbing so much you can't even understand a single word I've said. He's like, calm down, and I'm, help, help, you know, he couldn't understand a single word he said. And he's trying to get me to calm down, and I was just hysterical. It really had frightened me. And all of a sudden, he's like, oh my God, where's your sister? And we run to the front door of his house. We look across the street, and there she is, with her little face plastered up against the glass screen door, crying. So my neighbor yells, call 911, and runs across the street, swoops her up, and brings her back to the house. And when the cops got there, she investigated around the house, and she came and got us, and she brought us back over there, and she's like, it couldn't have been a man at the window. Look at the snow. It's pristine, smooth, beautiful. There's no footprints. It could not have been anybody. I know what I saw. I saw somebody in the window. It was big. And she's like, no. She's trying to calm me down. I was like, I know what I saw. I absolutely saw this man in the window. And all of a sudden I looked on her face, and she just brightened up. She's like, oh, I've got it. There was a bright moon, and there's fence posts in our backyard, and there's this big cap of snow on top of the fence post, and the moon probably had been right behind this fence post, right into the bathroom window. And I'm really surprised that my mom ever let me babysit again. But one day when she was about 4, Mom was out, and I sat her down at the kitchen table. I sat down very matter-of-factly, and I said, Lisa, our parents have been keeping a secret from you. Oh, no. She said, really? I said, yes. You were born with 2 heads. She's like, what? I said, well, you know, it's not normal, so they had to cut one off. So, you know, don't you want your friends to make fun of you and stuff? And she's like, no. And I was like, well, haven't you ever noticed when you look in the mirror that, you know, your head's a little off to one side? And she said, no way. So I take her over to the bathroom mirror, and she stands first one way and then the other way. And she looks, and she goes, of course you can see exactly what I was talking about. Oh my gosh, where's my head? Oh, I missed my head. What'd they do with it? Oh, and so she's crying for hours. And I tell you, did I get in trouble? And they got home. She's still crying. But that's not the most trouble I ever got in. The most trouble was when we were even a little bit older. But I would always pinch my sister. I was really a mean sister. And so I'd be chasing her around the house again. Mom and Dad are gone, babysitting again, chasing her around the house, and she runs into the bathroom and jumps into the tub. And I thought, aha, gotcha. I go in there after her. And she's just as stubborn as I am, meaning she's pushing, and I'm getting pushed up against the glass shower doors, and all of a sudden, crack! And they splintered into thousands of shards. Scared the death out of me, and I lost my TV privileges for, I think, 60 days. It was very expensive for my folks. They had to replace the entire frame. But you know, I would pinch her, she would repeat everything I said. That went on for many, many years until she was actually 17. And I was married and had a home of my own. And I was babysitting again, quote unquote. My parents had gone to Hawaii, and she was staying at our house, so that 17 is still a little bit young. And one night she went out with her friends, and later on she told me what happened was they were standing in the doorway, and she was talking, she was very animated, and she accidentally put her wrist through the glass screen door. So it was probably 11 or 12 o'clock at night, and I got the worst phone call I've ever gotten in my life. I still, to this day, get chills when I think about the voice. Is this Cindy Baldwin? Yes. I was real groggy. I've been asleep. This is Providence Hospital, and I need you to come down right away and sign for your sister. She's been in an accident, and she needs surgery. We need you to come right away. It's very serious. So, of course, you know, we drove like maniacs down to the hospital and go rushing in the emergency room, and they're like, no, you can't see her. You can't see her. And, of course, which makes me even more worried. So the doctor, they waited for the doctor to come, and he said, you know, you need to calm down, and yes, it is serious. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's about a 10. And so I've been working on her, and she's stabilized for now. But she cut her wrist, and we need to go in there and do surgery and get the nerves and reattach them. But the young man that was with her and her friends really saved her life. They got her right in the car and put pressure on it, and you know, all the kids said that they really did the right things. They got her right to the emergency room. So he got me calmed down, and of course I was freaked out, but I was okay. I went in there, and you know, she's got these bandages, and it was yucky, and I tell you, they did the surgery, and it was very successful, so today you can't even tell anything ever happened. But that day, I finally changed my attitude towards my sister. And I realized that probably I should treat her just as kindly as I would a stranger. And I made my amends and started a new leaf. So I just wanted to tell this story today, not knowing the little girls would be here. Just to have you think, you know, are there any family members that maybe you don't treat as kindly as you would a stranger? And if so, perhaps consider turning over a new leaf as well. Thank you.